Yeah, because
The
their
larger the
profit,
business, they
their
have
profit margin
resources.
is growing quite high. I mean, it's 2 digit always looks like, right?
Sorry,
Over the
what?
last, their profit margin. It's not like always single digit. It's quite bad. They are earning a lot, but in terms of distribution of that profit among the employee is quite less. Where majority of the chunks you and the top level are holding, and bottom level is still bottom. And if you see in unorganized sector way, right, unorganized sector people are earning a lot compared to the corporate people nowadays.
Okay. We're going to look at this room as a safe room, which means what we say, we should be able to speak openly, share our thoughts openly, listen to diverse perspectives openly, and not form a judgment, but understand diverse perspectives, right? So I will keep this in mind, what you said, and maybe sometime during the day, I'll give a strategist perspective to it. That's a perspective. What you are saying is also ESG parts taking motion by pressure from government definitely to be at par with international. Okay. Bhaumik, one thing we will do in this room is not theoretical. Okay. So we'll talk fairly brass tracks things. Theoretical makes a lot of sense in, other courses. Ours is a very pragmatic type style thinking. We are here to improve our critical thinking around business. So, okay. So let's get to know each other more. There are some new friends. Here is my PowerPoint bios. I opened this slide deck. We met about 23 learners earlier, so I have their bios already here. And so all we want to know from you is your name. If you are comfortable, please share your age. I mean, we will have it in our system, but just where you are, and then tell us. So very simple. Just tell us about your company, your background, your strengths. What brings you to SMB, and we'll try and capture it. So I'm going to keep it. So I'm going to go alphabetically. Sorry, that's best seen in chat. How do I see alphabetical names? Participants, right?
Yes, sir, it will be there.
Yeah. Okay. So Ayush, you were already there last time. So Ayush is. Let me first take the capture. You can read the ones which are already there. Abhishek was there last time. Aditya, are you here today? Aditya Tripathi. Okay.
So yes.
Yes. Would you like to introduce yourself, sir?
Yeah. So my name is Aditya Tripathi.
Right.
My age is 30.
Yeah.
And I have my own business, my own small firm called Krishna Shivarama Contracts.
Right.
So I'm basically into civil contracting from past 5 years. And I've been doing B2B for lots of designers and architects, lots of contracting work.
Okay.
My background is basically, I'm an advocate.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
okay.
For a year after my degree, I did practice, but then, as the fate had it, I didn't find interest in it, so I switched, and I was doing 5 years slowly.
Right.
Right now, I've set up another thing for which I've joined this course, and which is a paint manufacturing setup, a small paint manufacturing setup, which is a texture paints company. It's a related thing to my field already, so it's nothing that I've started completely.
This texture means
texture paints. Yeah, texture paints, and in that, what I've tried to do is I'm manufacturing a brand. So a paints under a brand. It's called Color RG, and then I'm also taking a franchisee from a American company. It's called Vasari, and so they were looking for a partner here in India who had fairly.
That's also a texture paint, like a specialized paint.
That's also that. I'm manufacturing texture paints only. It's not enamel. It's not your normal emulsion paints. It's texture paint. It's for outside, for inside. It's usually used in commercial buildings to cover large scale facades.
Right.
Sometimes to cover larger areas, and it is more
Right.
durable, so they choose it, and it's chosen
Right.
in the government sector as well.
Right.
Another thing inside that same brand, the Color Archie, which I've just established, what I've done is I've taken a franchisee, as I said, from a company. It's called Vasari, set up back in California, USA.
Okay.
So yeah, so basically, they have a manufacturing here in Malaysia. They also manufacturing back there in the States.
So
And now,
and that has brought you to the coast to expand.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
tell
yeah.
us more about that. We don't go into details of,
right. That's pretty much it. So I'm
Okay.
looking for
Okay.
to get into, to understand more about business
Okay.
strategies and all that, because fairly I don't have a business background here.
Sure.
Never.
Got it.
But yeah.
You have a legal background, right?
Yeah, I have a legal
business
background.
experience. Yeah.
Yeah, I do have business experience, but definitely need a streamlined approach. And
Sure. And I just noticed that Anantraj next to you is also into construction and some sort of customer services. So, and again, this deck we will just share with you. It's just to get to know each other. So, let me go in alphabetical order. So we had Aditya, then we had Anantraj, we had Ankit Negi. Are you there?
Yes, hi Rajiv.
Yeah. Did you were not able to introduce yourself last time, right?
Yeah, so the very time when the introduction session started, I had a flight to catch.
Oh, yeah, I remember. Please.
Started at last week. So my name is Ankit, and I have my bachelor's into civil engineering.
Okay.
And I have 11 plus years of experience.
Right.
So currently I work with Reliance Industries Limited, and I work as a senior project management consultant.
Okay.
And my industry can be linked to real estate and EPC, a part of retail as well, where I probably look into the design and development of retail stores.
Okay. What brings you to the learning journey?
So probably to be more strategically oriented, developing and making processes, streamlining things for timely deliveries of the project. Of course, then the capex of the project, how to formalize those particular things for the successful development of a project with a specific timeline and a duration.
Okay. Got it. Thanks, Ankit. It's interesting, just a coincidence that 2-3 of you are in this so-called civil engineering EPC. I mean, it's a large industry, but different aspects. Okay. So we had Anantraj, we had Aditya last time. We have Avinash Krishna. Are you there, Avinash? Are you there? Okay, Avinash is not here right now.
Yes, I am here.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yeah. So Avinash, I'll capture you on a fresh page. Yeah, but go ahead.
But it's already there. I have given already, I guess.
You have?
Yeah.
Yes. If you don't mind introducing yourself. Yeah.
Yeah. Myself, Avinash. Actually, I'm an industrial automation expert.
Yeah, I remember you were introducing yourself last time. But go ahead.
There on the slide. Yeah, it is in the end of the slides. Yeah.
It's there on page 6, last name.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Avinash. I'm so sorry. Yeah, sorry.
It's okay.
Then we have Bala. Bala was there last time. We had Bomik was there last time. I'm just quickly going through the name. We had Dheeraj. Dheeraj, are you there? Dheeraj?
Yeah. Hi, Rajiv. Good morning.
Yeah. Good morning.
Good afternoon.
Yeah. Good evening. Actually. Yeah. Tell us, Dheeraj. Introduce yourself, please.
Yeah. So I'm actually basically I have pursued my BCom graduation, BCom honors from Delhi University. Later on, I started pursuing CA. I passed CA intern, but not appeared for CA final yet.
Okay.
Later on, I've been into accounting field in last 12 years. Worked with companies like Tulip Telecom, then moved to Nikon India, the camera company. And there, within that company itself, for 4 years, I switched my department to the strategic planning part.
Yeah.
Where I was basically preparing the data and discussing with the managing team that where to sell, how much product, what is our product positioning, price, and all that kind of stuff, which actually created more interest in me that this is the thing that I want to do.
Interesting.
Instead of the regular accounting monotonous job, which I personally feel.
Right.
I'm not talking about other people, but I personally feel that accounting at certain point it becomes a monotonous thing.
Right. Repetitive work becomes monotonous for
yes,
any.
even if at a higher level, even if at a management level, when you reach, still it becomes the same thing, same kind of shift. Unless otherwise you want your company to have problems and then you go to solve that. So otherwise accounting and finance becomes the same thing. But this thing interested me, so I moved into that product planning. That's why I have joined this course. That this may lead me in, give me the power to lead and understand what my management was thinking, or then going forward, those roles can be handled by me.
Right, and kind of develop a toolbox of thinking and all.
Right.
Excellent. Where do you operate from, Dheeraj?
I'm currently operating from Noida.
Noida, Delhi NCR. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. Thank you very much. Irshad, would you like to introduce yourself, sir?
Yeah, Rajiv, it should be in the first page.
You were there last time?
Introduction, yes. That's where you.
Yes, you were there, sir. Of course, I remember. See, my bad. Please, I'm the
okay.
age-wise, so my bad, Irshad. Thank you. Welcome.
We are the same boat.
Then we have Dr. Vinayak. Were you there last time? No, Dr. Vinayak was not there. After Irshad,
I was not there.
Yeah, Dr. Vinayak, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi. I am Dr. Vinayak. I graduated in Ayurveda, did a master's in public health, being in the field of development sector as a consultant with WHO for the last 13 years complete. I have like multiple plans which have not yet confirmed to where I should go ahead. So life always throws so many things at you and you take your time to decide. So I have one option of going towards a leadership role in public health organizations, and I have some offers from organizations which are, I have two not-for-profit organizations working on enhancing traditional knowledges and also trying to build a company which is working on health and wellness related to traditional knowledge and Ayush. So these are the skills which I need. I've been working in a very not-for-profit space for a long time. So I think this kind of orientation is very, very important for me.
Yeah.
To understand the nuance and see how things should be seen as this, because the perspective is entirely different.
Yeah, understood. So, I agree with you. Somebody from not-for-profit doesn't, it will expand your toolbox. Good idea. Yeah. Back to business learning. So you want to enhance your business learnings. Fine. Very welcome. Thank you, Dr. Vinayak. And so when doctor, you are a PhD scholar or you are a general practitioner, like a general physician doctor?
I did a graduation in Ayurveda, BAMS. Then I did masters in public health. And I'm working with WHO on reproductive RMN, CHA, COVID and all. So I work on health emergency preparedness and all. This is my area of work.
Yeah. Kapil and Kritika, I think we did meet you last time. Kapil, I captured your introduction, right?
Yes.
Yes, Kapil and So then the next is Kuntam Prasanna. Yes, Kuntam Prasanna. Are you there?
Yeah, sorry. Hi. I have given my the thing already. Yes.
Oh,
Prasanna Chakravarti.
Prasanna Chakravarti. Yes. Okay. I could see Kuntam here, so sorry. My bad.
Sure. Thank you.
Pallavi, are you there? I think Yeah, Pallavi, are you there? You are here to introduce yourself?
Yes, yes. Hi, good afternoon.
Yes. Hi, Pallavi. Good afternoon. Welcome. Please.
Yeah, we have met before.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm HR professional basically. I have a 10 years of experience in the corporate, and then after that, I've started with my own consultancy. The consultancy is related to the HR services. Why I have joined this course is to move into some new career avenues, and yes, looking forward.
Yes, I remember our discussion, Pallavi. Very
Yes.
well. Yeah.
Yes.
Explore and expand your portfolio, services, things like that. Yes, I remember. Thank you. Welcome.
Thank you.
And Pallavi, if I'm not wrong, you were based out of Pune, right?
Yes. I'm at Pune. Yes.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
And then after Pallavi, Pankaj, you were there last time? Pankaj. Yeah. We noted you from Bilai, but you couldn't introduce yourself last time, right?
Yeah. I will introduce myself now.
Yes, Pankaj.
Can you hear me, sir?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Sir, I'm working in Steel Authority of India Limited, and its flagship plant is in Bilai Steel Plant.
Yeah.
And here I'm working in the, there are many units in this plant, and I'm working in the merchant and wire rod mill.
Right.
And we are preparing steel coils, and which are used for real estate or making bridges.
Right. So you are from the manufacturing side? Okay.
Yes, I'm from manufacturing side, obviously, yeah.
Manufacturing operations.
Yeah, manufacturing operation, and I was involved in making quality steels and meeting to the expectations of the management to prepare the requisite amount of coils.
Right.
And so preparing 600 coils per day or having the best type of quality.
Right.
So I had to communicate with the electrical section, mechanical section, and other sections in order to.
What brings you to our program?
Actually, many of my friends have started their own journey in the field of startups. So my friends like those who have created companies like Jabong or Omnipresent, ShopX. So I thought that I should also have some knowledge about the managerial and leadership aspect so that I can move ahead in this field.
Right. Good. Welcome, Pankaj. And we get less people from manufacturing, but I highly regard and respect them. It's a tough job. Manufacturing is not easy, especially hard assets and hard fixed asset type industries, but unique. So welcome to the program. We met with Pankaj. I think we now move to Piyush. Piyush, you were already. No. Piyush. Yes. Hi, Piyush. Piyush, sir. I remember you, of course.
Yes. Everybody, I'm Wing Commander Piyush Singhal.
Yes.
I have flown in the Air Force as a transport pilot for 22 years, and I transitioned to civil later, about 2016. Went and did an MBA from Toulouse Business School in aerospace and aviation. This motivation, this particular, right now I'm working with Akasa as a trainer for pilots, and my motivation is basically to explore what more. I mean, go beyond the theory that we have learned in the MBA. There are more practical and applied perspective to management. So,
yes, I recall our discussion, Piyush, sir. Of course, I recall. And Jai Hind, I think if I'm not wrong, we were speaking on 26th January late night, right? Yeah. Evening, night or evening. Yeah, I recall. Yeah. I love to know the names and the face. It's just that I struggle with it. So you will often see me taking your names. I'm doing it for my own benefit. Ranjit, I think you were there last time or not? I forgot.
I was there, sir.
You were there. From Fountain Reed. Yes, I remember.
Yes.
And then we have. So Vishnu was there. Vishnu Solanki. Then Sandhya, you were also there. Welcome back. Sinu, you are here. Finally. Okay.
Yeah, sir. Finally, I'm here.
Welcome, sir.
Welcome, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
पैसे बनाने से
Rejoined
फुर्सत मिल गई
again.
आपको? हाँ, मतलब पैसे बनाने से फुर्सत मिल गई.
Yeah, sir.
Sinu is a businessman. He is an old learner. But Sinu,
Yeah,
please
I joined in. Yes, yeah. I'm Sinu Surender. Company Instant group of company. We have multiple companies, and there are 4 companies. Instant Ventures Private Limited. It's a decade-old company. We are in the trading sector.
Right? Yeah.
No. It's majorly our core business is power trading. In India, we are doing a 1% of trading through our company. This is our success. And last year, we made 80 CR turnover, and this year 100 CR business we are completing nearly next month, I think so, sir.
Yeah.
Major business is
Just for exciting everybody in the room, if you are a power trading company making 100 crores turnover, what's your profit? Again, we are not telling the taxman, but
no. See, our gross profit is nearly 5 to 10%.
Okay.
Gross profit is different. Net profit is what we have deciding, right? That's for me. We can even 2%.
Okay.
Gross profit is the major one. If we are getting more gross profit, we can upgrade our company. So our plan to in next 2-3 months we are planning to start our baby office in UK.
UK.
Yes.
You are based out of Hyderabad, right? If I'm not wrong.
The same exchange platform in India. We have an exchange platform IEX and PXA and all. The same platform there in Europe. So we plan to register the exchange platform in Europe. We plan to start our business in UK and Europe.
Okay, it's hard to understand Sinu's business. I've tried it once earlier. It's not easy to understand his business, but we will slowly work it. Sinu, you are based out of Hyderabad, if I'm not wrong. Bangalore. Sorry. Welcome, and hope to see you at least in 60-70% of our sessions for sure. Right?
Sure.
That you will come, right? Thank you, Sinu. Thank you. We have Shailesh was already there. Sharad did. Sharad was there. Shilpa was there, I recall. Shiraz was there, yes, and Sudeep Kumar, you were not there last time. Yeah.
Yes, sir. So hi. Good evening, everyone. My name is Sudeep. I am 34-year-old. I am from Patna. I am having experience of almost 14 years. In first 13 years of my career, I have worked with Indus Towers. I am a PMP certified as well. So I have joined a new company just 6 months back. It's an EPC business. So I have joined this course to you can say for my decision making and financial acumen, scaling up my leadership capabilities, and for my future career growth.
Right. Of course, that goes unsaid, but there are certain drivers in person's curiosity, knowledge curiosity around business. So, right, good. Thank you. Welcome, Sudeep. Welcome. Surya Chauhan, you were not there last time, I think. Are you there today? Surya Padma is there, I know. Sudeep, okay, he's not there. And then Tarun. Tarun?
Yes, actually, hi Rajiv.
Yes, hi Tarun.
I have connected with two devices, one laptop and mobile. Yeah. Last time I was not there.
No worries. Yeah.
So, good evening, everyone. So my name is Tarun Malik, 35-year-old BTech graduate in electronic and communication with 13.5 year of experience.
Right.
Out of which 10 years of experience in manufacturing.
Okay.
Which I have handled different products. Like the protection relays. So mainly I am taking care for the procurement for electronics good. Side by side some mechanical parts also. In which I have handled production relay control panel meters. After that, I have worked for the mobile industry.
Business, or you have some?
No, I'm service only in the service.
Okay.
Service experience.
Okay, understood. You're working for a company, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What brings you to the program, Tarun? What is your curiosity to learn?
Just to upskill, actually, I have worked for 10 years in the manufacturing industry. After that, right now I'm working for Tech Mahindra as a project lead and taking care for the global sourcing. Strategy sourcing. So I think to upskill my knowledge and everything for this field for future going.
And Tarun, where are you based out of?
In Gurgaon.
Okay, Delhi NCR. I'll just write Delhi NCR for all Delhi, Gurgaon, Noida, etc. Welcome to the program, Tarun.
Thank you.
I think that I have. Is there anybody who I have not captured the introduction and who's here in the room today? Right. I mean, if I look at so this has 11. So basically 12 plus 12, 24 plus 12, 36. So out of 36, I think we are 36 in the room. 34. So yeah, we've captured about 34.
Rajiv, Siddharth this side, I'm left.
Yes, Siddharth. Please, Siddharth, I apologize. Please. Yes, Siddharth.
So, good evening, everyone. Siddharth here, 35, based out of Delhi NCR.
Right.
I have a total work ex of 15 years. Started my career in industrial automation. I've worked in India as well as Singapore in the automation sector. For last 11 years, I've been with a company called Soteria Command Center Private Limited. It's a startup, started in 2014. I was one of the first employees over here. And I've worked my way up. Today I'm heading the entire P&L for the organization. Recently taken over. And that's the motivation also behind joining this course. I've been given the responsibility of putting a business plan together, changing the direction of the company, getting new products in line. So that required a lot of understanding on how product needs to be designed and how the customer needs to be understood. That was the motivation behind coming to this particular line.
Absolutely.
If you talk about the industry, the industry is security and facility management. So it's an integrated
facility management. But you were saying automation, so not in automation.
So if you talk about in security and facility management as well. So if you take
the one that we use, that MyGate, is that something like that?
No. That's one of the product lines for us.
Okay.
So you go into any offices, you've got a security guard standing outside.
Right.
So managing those security professionals, their training, along with the CCTV cameras there, running AI on top of it, monitoring it.
So both software, hardware, everything.
Yes.
And even service contracting service to people providing and all.
Absolutely. So we have a state-of-the-art command center here in Gurgaon, where it's operational 24/7, connected to almost 35,000 cameras across the country.
If you don't mind sharing for the group or for us, broadly the range of your turnover, company's turnover, broad. You don't have to be specific.
The companies, so the group is Tenon Group, which I'm part of. That's approximately 2,000 crores. And the one which the P&L which I'm handling is approximately 25 CR.
This 2,000 crore group is the revenues are coming out of securities and facilities management type services?
Yes. So we've got close to 85,000 people on our payroll who are giving these services. So we are the third largest.
Who's all the security? They are all your roles, and you contract them as.
Yes. So it's
right.
You can say we are the third largest in the country today. After G4S and SIS, we are the third largest.
Super. Excellent. For me, meeting you all is always a learning experience. So thank you. And I will arrange these properly. Thank you all. Yes, please.
Hi, Rajiv.
Dipti, ma'am. Yes.
Hi. Hello, everyone. So I've been into construction since almost 15 years for now. So I want to make the model of standalone apartments quick and continuous. So, and I want to see what scale I can go to. Right now, the project turnover is around 40 crores, not the yearly turnover. So I want to reduce the time between projects and make the size lesser. And I want to see what scale I can go to.
Yeah. Dipti is a very inspirational person. She was there last time also, and it's great to have inspirational people like us in the class. We salute you, Dipti ma'am. Yes. Commander Piyush sir. Yes.
So I just want to add one, maybe a few two thoughts of mine were that I saw the introduction of everybody last time as well as the balance this time, and I'm really glad that I actually joined this class because there is so much experience here.
Right.
And there's so much to learn probably from all of them because they've got all kinds of experience in different domains and different fields. So it's very interesting. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Piyush sir, for saying it. You said it just like I would say it as a faculty. We are blessed to have you all in the room. Plus, there's one beautiful quality, Piyush, which you all don't know. We know is that you all have one curiosity. Second, you have growth mindset, which means you are going through various professional challenges in your life, growth, business or your own journeys, and therefore you want to expand your thought. You have faith in yourself, and I also see a lot of learning humility in the class. People are open-minded, and this is trust me, these are the factors that will create very good atmosphere in the class. So welcome you all once again. And this will be shared. I'll clean it up, arrange it alphabetically, and this will be shared. And through our database that we have through your enrollment, whoever is now not captured here, we will also put their name, their age, and their years of experience and all of that. Okay. Let's use and thank you, patience for all those who sat through quietly and met their new class fellows. Thank you very much for that. Let's start the exciting part of today. For some of you, there may have been a portion that I may have done with you earlier, but just a minute. I'm just checking where is the yes. Yeah. So our objective today with you is to help you. Yesterday was a fast-paced session for you on one particular topic. You also saw the case study method. You also saw how important it is if we read and calm and things like that. So today I'm just going to reset or demystify the idea of strategy, the idea of strategic thinking, because you are all here for that core reason, and you want to expand it to all business functions. I would be often doing modules with you. Basically, strategy and leadership are two modules I'll do with you. I'm Rajiv. Please call me by my first name. I have about close to 30 years of cumulated experience now. 50% has been in consulting, 50% has been in industry. So the SMB team works very closely with me, and I work very closely with the NCR team and the SMB team. Yeah. So I think some of you have seen this slide from our side. Our purpose in the course is to not change the external environment, because we can't change that. So we don't do wishful thinking in a strategy classroom. Companies should do this. Companies will do what they want to do. We want to create a very positive VUCA for ourselves. The word VUCA originates from an Iraq-US wartime, and US used to report that the condition in Iraq is it's volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous. So no matter how hard we want to try and understand and we want everything to make sense in the external world, it will not. Okay, this is now an established fact that the world is complex and ambiguous and it is constantly changing. So it's like one of my coaches in economic science used to work in the Rand Corporation in the US, which was a policy think tank. And he used to say it's like, when you drop a marble, okay, the first point where it'll hit the ground, you control because you drop it, right? You know where you are making it hit. After that, it'll go like this, then this, then this, then this. It's very hard for you to control, right? So controlling external variables is not possible. Because they are too complex, too many players are involved in all of that. But we can control internal variables. And of course, we analyze external variables to see what is the best strategy or course of action. But throughout our course, our approach would be, is your vision enhancing? Is your understanding becoming better? Are you becoming more clear? And is this enabling you to take better actions? Any good executive program, management executive program, is not about answers. Right? You all know that. I mean, it's not about what's the right thing to do, but it's about what are the right questions to ask. How should I look at this? Is there a way to look at this? And since you all are unique, your challenges are unique. If you get a toolbox of many ways, hopefully the way you look at things will become much more sharper. So the focus will be acumen, business acumen, strategic thinking, cross-functional understanding, and leadership. Right. The other thing you will notice in SMBE is the course is designed for mid to senior level executives. Yes, there are one or two fresh youngsters with us. We welcome them because of their learning agility and their tremendous desire. So we welcome them in the program, but we are not going to be focusing on one data skill of Excel or something like that. That's not the focus of our program. The focus of our program is your holistic thinking in business. So even when we are teaching marketing or we are going through design thinking, the whole idea will always be your holistic development. So that no matter what waters you are fishing, today this, tomorrow that, it's not about giving you a fish, but teaching you how to fish. The course will flow in 6 modules. It will formally begin we had to schedule branding with you, even though marketing comes middle in the course. But we had to schedule branding because Amitabh, had a long non-availability after that. So we had to do that, but we are going to do maybe one more foundation sometime because we'll explain you some financial jargon and make you play with numbers a bit, and then we're going to begin with design thinking and then flow with design thinking, strategy, marketing, sales and branding, supply chain and operations, entrepreneurial thinking and applied finance, and finally leadership. So that's how the next 6 months are going to go. You can say February, March, April, May, June, July. You can just broadly say it like, okay. Design thinking is relatively short module. Strategy is relatively longer module. So the 3 longer modules are strategy, marketing, sales, and leadership. These 3 are longer modules. And these 3 are shorter modules on a relative basis. During the course, we will also interspread some soft skill sessions. We will also interspread some breaks because it's important to have breaks. Breaks as in one Saturday or one Sunday. We'll make sure that there is no class, and all of that will be told to you in advance. The second is you will get into a weekly rhythm format, which means every Tuesday you will hear from us, even though your calendars will have the updation. But every Tuesday, sometimes Monday end of day, or certainly on Tuesday, that these are your upcoming weekend sessions. Here is a pre-reading, and you will all become familiar with VLearn, and you can then access the past sessions and all of that. So all of that will happen. You met Amitava yesterday. These are going to be the other professors who will do the INSEAD session: Manuel, Andrew, Thomas, and Antoine. And you met with me. I think some of you met with Shomita also formally. She did a bit of refresher, I think, on Friday night. So she will. So I'll do strategy and leadership workshops with you. She will do marketing and sales. Ranjan will do design thinking. AI and business would be done by Barney. Barney runs an AI consulting organization. They do AI solutions in manufacturing. We might have Alasya Shiva also, or maybe he will do the AI orientation program. Alasya comes with a lot of experience in data analytics and AI, Telstra and Boeing. Applied finance workshops will be done by Gaurav. He's now in Grant Thornton. Akram will do a session of digital marketing in the sales and marketing module with Shomita. Supply chain, e-commerce, and quick commerce for us is one module. We will from a supply chain perspective, and Mandar comes from Capgemini, Pratik from Amazon, and Sahil from Swiggy. So it'll be a nice session. We'll also have, as I said, some professional growth sessions. Shomita will do some, Archana will do one, Nikunj from Executive Search, Michael Page will do. So it'll be like a next 6 months, your weekends, some part of the weekends, 3-4 hours will be taken by us. All our sessions are recorded. If you miss some due to any reason whatsoever, no worries. I would love that you all are here, but we understand. Do try and catch up on recordings on the go so that it doesn't accumulate, right? So that while you're in a module, if you hear the past recording before the next session, it helps. Recordings are generally uploaded the same night. And often students hear them at 1.5 to 2x speed. We discussed all of this, right? Some of the new people who joined in, if I ask you what is strategy or strategic thinking, what would be your answer? I know I asked this question to some others earlier, but what would be some of our new joinees' answer? What comes to your mind when you say, "Oh, so if I understand this, or for me, this is thinking strategically." There's no right or wrong answer here, so that's why I'm asking. Yes, Piyush.
Yeah. So I would say we talk about strategy and tactics. So strategy is the macro, and tactics is micro, as in our parlance we call it. That means the overall perspective of things is strategy. How we want to do things, or how we want to have, like probably after your branding comes your strategy. Of course, branding strategy is one thing. So that's micro and macro kind of thing.
Nice. I like this micro. Good example. Govind, you were saying something? Were you wanting to say something?
Yeah. I think strategy is like action plan or execution of execution plan, I would say. To achieve set of goals.
To achieve your goals, whatever, right? Or to achieve, okay. Dr. Vinayak?
Strategy is the pathway to achieve your vision or mission of the organization, or to decide on how to go about in a earlier put out like the macro level, how you decide the vision, that how you go about with that. So yeah.
Okay. Anantraj, and then Sinu. Good to see you. And then Dheeraj. Yes, Raj. Yes.
Yes, sir. So what I think was like strategy is keeping the end in mind and taking seeing the difficulties coming prior to it comes and making it plan accordingly for a way for success of a business or an organization.
Okay, so it's like a action plan kind of thing, but keeping the challenges in mind. So pre-thinking what we are going to face. That's a good nuance. Okay, Sinu?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Strategy means in my company, I do the strategies in many ways, sir. First way I'll do, see, whatever things we can't do, that I do in strategy. We'll think in different ways, alternate ways. We'll do in different, thought process will be different, but we'll make it a success. That's a strategy. I do that one.
Okay. So are you saying strategy is about thinking about success, and how do you achieve that?
Yeah, thinking of success in different ways, alternate.
How do I achieve that? How do I achieve that? Right?
Yeah.
So England wanted to win the Second World War, wanted to stop Germany. So strategy. So how am I going to do it? Right?
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. Interesting perspective. Dheeraj. Yes, boss.
Yeah. So strategy, as per me, maybe it is planning to achieve the end goal. How we can achieve that? What should be the plan? What kind of tactical or difficulties we will face? That kind of setting and planning that will be strategy.
Again, it's action plan. Also, when we are going to ask you all to give your views, so if add to the views that are there, if you've been said, you can say, no worries, because we are trying to accumulate. Pallavi and then Surya Parna. Yes, Pallavi. And then Siddharth.
Yes, strategy is more on a broader perspective, and where the tactics involves the detailed planning.
Right.
How to achieve that.
Okay. So strategy is macro, it's broader.
Yes.
And tactics is micro, it is sort of
planning beyond detail.
Yeah, micro actions. Okay. Surya.
How I am seeing it serves as a blueprint to holistically understand the entire process in terms of execution, understanding dependencies, etc., to have the final effective execution.
Okay. I noted what you were saying. Siddharth?
Adding to what's already been said, you can say strategy is also anticipating how things are going to turn out based on the resources that you have and what you might need at a later stage.
So understanding your internal analysis, your resources, your capabilities, anticipating how things will come, and therefore thinking through what you're going to do about it, right?
तो हिंदी में जो कहते हैं सर, चादर कितनी अपने नीचे, वो जानना बहुत जरूरी है.
Right. We will not use Hindi because for some maybe Hindi is not the normal, but sometimes if it's coming casually, please allow us. It's okay.
Sure.
Yeah, but yeah. So what Siddharth was saying is, there's a saying in proverb in Hindi to say, be aware of your internal resources, and therefore only spread your legs to the extent your blanket will cover them. So yeah, that way. So internal resource constraints is what he's saying. Yeah, good one. Bhaumik, you want to add something?
Sir, I would say like strategy is the combination of the proactive and the reactive approach which the the top level management takes to take the business to the vision.
Okay. So look, fantastic thoughts, and you are all correct from it. Irshad. Yes.
Strategy basically it looks at just to add to whatever was mentioned. It's just to look at how good your strategy is. That will look into both your internal strengths and external conditions. Because just not only your internal strengths, but you need to look at the external conditions as well. And apart from that, it's again making choice on how to allocate your resources. Again, what the Chadar example which was just mentioned. Responding to challenges, all those things. So, how to position yourself for success? What your outcome is? You have an outcome. That's why you have a strategy. For the end result of a strategy will be an outcome. So, how do you position yourself for an outcome?
I want to capture some very important points that Irshad, or very important keywords that Irshad has mentioned. One is he's saying it's about choices. Okay. The other is about understanding choices. The other thing is saying is about understanding your positioning. These are very important words in strategy. Very important words, and we will demystify them for you so that they become their context is well understood. And while you're of course free to take your notes, but every deck that we discuss will be there with you. In fact, I saw some of your comments. Amitava's deck will come with his notes, whatever he was scribbling in the class on his slides or something. He was doing something, right? So his deck will come with those notes. So don't worry on that. Yeah. Okay. Was there somebody else, Sandhya?
Maybe identifying challenges. First part of strategy would be identifying what challenges you have so that you could strategize according to that.
Okay. Identify challenges and therefore overcoming them. And last but not the least, Aditya.
Yes, sir. So mostly what everyone has said can be put out under adaptation and agility. But one thing I'd like to add is that measurable achievement of tasks. So what we cannot measure is completely then it's not useful then for us.
That's to be adaptive. There should be measurable outcomes, measurable results. Okay. Great. Now let's see by the end what are the further insights you get. All of what you said is important. Wow, we have Avinash and Kritika. Yes. Avinash, you first. Avinash Krishna.
Yep. Strategy is a systematic way to overcome your problems.
Okay.
It is a systematic process, I would say. I mean, how you can resolve your issues, or how you can, overcome the obstacles.
Okay. Systematic way. Half of us are engineers in the room. No? We love systematic ways, right? We need algorithm A, B, C, D, E. We need a program like that, right? Yes, Kritika.
So I mean, all of this is something that I agree with. I just had a question from a perspective of time and measurable outcomes that we're looking at. So something as simple as a brand strategy, while it'll have its KPIs in touch points and everything, but not everything can be measured. So is it how do you balance that, and is it really everything measurable, like user sentiment? It'll have
not everything can be measured, not everything should be measured.
So that's something that I would love to talk more about.
More is never an answer. More may be a pursuit of the world. Every particular scientist will say, capture this, capture that. More is not an answer, but capturing important things is an answer, right? So you're right. Not everything can be measured. Not everything should be measured. Okay.
Also, what would these components be, right? If I'm saying that that's something that I would like to understand.
Because a lot of things relate to finally one outcome. So if we measure that, there could be 10 things leading to an NPS. There could be 10 things leading to a growth,
revenue,
etc. So we have to figure out what are the crucial things to it. Otherwise, we'll get lost. Otherwise we'll get. Okay.
Thank you.
That's why you also notice some of the apps that you love. Okay. Some of the apps that you love, maybe a Google Map, maybe a WhatsApp, whatever you love, you'll realize at the heart they're very simple in their interface to you. That's why you become very fond of using them. There's very much at ease and all of that. Sometimes in business also we need to be able to simplify things. Yeah. I think Shailesh we have not captured, right? Shailesh? Yeah. Tell us. Yeah. I wanted to get diverse ideas so that I see how you all are thinking. Yes, Shailesh.
So as far as my perspective is concerned, it is basically a SWOT. Strength, weakness, threat.
SWOT. Yeah. Good point.
So SWOT, if we make a company or an organization who have a stick division, what will be a helpful tool to identify the gaps and bridge the gaps.
Right. So when somebody says it's about analyzing internal strengths about your strengths and weakness, and external strengths could also be called opportunities and threats, right? So essentially SWOT, which is a very popular, simple way of putting things, has come out of this. Though that's not a way to understand strategy, but it's a very good depiction. It's very popular. It's very easy to understand, easy to do. It's very, and what is popular should be used also, right? So, okay, super. I think I've showed the next slide to some of you, but it's important to reset that idea. So if we are saying things when we are thinking about strategies, we are saying our strategy is to be a leader, number one, or grow, double, become global, M&A, innovate, R&D, is to make world a better place, technology to solve problems. If we are saying these type of things, these are not explaining our strategy. Okay. These are aspirations, these are actions, these are vision values, and strategy is different from these things. It is there to achieve our vision values. It is made up of actions. It is certainly different from aspirations. Okay. So let me ask another question. Do you all think, based on your thinking, that some industries, the key word here is industry, not a company, but some industry, let's say IT is an industry, let's say banking is an industry, let's say steel making is an industry, textile is an industry, and there are many companies in that industry. Do you think some industries are inherently more profitable than others? Anybody in the room? Yes, Anantraj?
Yes, definitely. Like some industries will be better profitable than other industry. Depends upon the working capital. Yes, so when I come in, when I compare my industry, so I'm working in interiors. Whereas I compare with the IT industry. So interiors needs more manpower, more resources, and other things.
Technology industry is more profitable than interiors, according to you.
Yes, sir. Technology, one laptop is enough, and one Wi-Fi is enough. They can earn millions out of that.
That's fine. Kritika, you wanted to give your perspective. Are some industries? Yeah.
When I go next, I'm about to sneeze. I'm actually not well. I'll just go.
Bombing.
I would just give a broad example like the service and product industries. Generally, service industries tend to have higher profits because of the low cost, manufacturing cost, or doing the product research and everything.
Fine. Got it. So services are more profitable than products. Another example, Irshad.
Pretty much want to mimic what Bhavik said. It's yes. When I was going to talk about IT services as an industry, which is more profitable because the controllables are very much within your. You know exactly what is your fixed cost. The cost part is very clear, and you know at what price you're selling your services. So you have a very good control on your margins. So
Okay. So you give an example of IT services.
Your estimated margin will be, actual will be very close to your estimated because all the controllables are very much in your hands. Yes.
Okay. Kritika, bless you. The sneeze gone. Yeah. Tell me.
I don't think it's a. I'm not sure if it's a great idea to compare industries when it comes to profits, because each industry has its own success metric, and I could be really wrong in my perception also.
Go ahead.
I think every industry or every field will have its own success metric, will have its own innovation, which will sort of set new benchmarks. For example, healthcare, be it innovation in healthcare product based or service, or for that matter, construction, either service or product. I think it's two very different things.
So let me just push your mind a bit. So let's say you had a genie, and you got the letter that you were suddenly been given the gift of ancestral wealth, 100 crores. Okay. You don't have to work for a single day in your life.
Okay.
Right? Because you've got that much money now. But now you need to put this money to use, right? So you ask a question to this SMB 10 group, which industry should I put my money in?
Right.
So to understand that question, we often ask this question: Do we understand what's different in industries? What happens if I invest in IT services? Again, I'm not saying investing in the stock market. That's not a topic of our discussion. But if I want to build this 100 crores, I would love this 100 crores to become 200 crores in some time. So should I invest in asset-based businesses? Should I invest in services-based? Should I go AI? Should I go there? These type of questions when they come, how do we even think through these questions? There has to be a logical way to answer. We may not have a right answer, but we certainly have a right way to think, right?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, Siddharth, what is your view? Industry is profitable.
So I would say are some industries more profitable than others? No. And yes, there is a few parameters which needs to be checked into. So any industry which would have high demand, less competition, and lesser stringent regulations on top of them will turn out to be more profitable.
So it could be at a certain point of time, a commodity industry could be very profitable, right? Because the demand for steel is very high, the supply is not there, so steel prices will skyrocket, these companies are going to make 20, 30, 40% margin.
So Rajiv, I'll give you a very recent example of the industry which has come up is you can say the quick service industry or
quick commerce.
Quick commerce is something which came up after COVID came into being.
Right.
People wanted things quickly in their place, and small stores and small retail outlets were coming up, and all that thing came up at that point of time.
Right.
If you go back in 2019, 2018, nobody thought that this would be an industry which could become profitable at a certain point of time.
True. It's not profitable, by the way, right now, fully. But you're right. It's a very high growing space right now.
Right. Okay. So again, the demand is increasing. The competition. Very few can sustain that kind of a scale which is needed to actually run the business. So there are parameters to saying that it is profitable or not.
Good. Yeah, you're right. Profitability has to be seen. Firstly, what are you asking? Yeah. Okay. There's Yuvala. So I can't resist myself to hear you. So Dheeraj and Vinay, I'll take your quick points and then we'll move. Yeah. I'll have to hear Aritra also. Yes.
So my view, like basically,
yes, no. Are some industries more profitable than the others? Yes, no.
It's a mix of that. Yes,
it's a mix. Okay.
It's a cyclic thing.
It's a cyclical thing. Another factor. Okay, good. See, in strategy, in my classes, I'll push you all now to be very, very precise, right? Okay. Aritra Das, are some industries more profitable than the others? Yes, no. You're mute, sir.
Yes or no? Because you have to depend on the metrics which you are doing.
Okay. You guys are very smart. Okay. Ranjit Gare. Yes. No.
Yes. So it is both, but the profitability always depends. It's also depends upon the future investment. Some of the companies like telecom.
Okay. Answer the question. Okay. Let's take one more view. I haven't heard Kapil today. Yes, Kapil. You were saying
yes. Some industries are more profitable.
Give an example. Which is more profitable than the other as per you? Example.
IT industry.
IT is more profitable. Technology-based industry is more profitable. Maybe pharma is more profitable. Okay. Dr. Vinayak, last word. And then we will wrap here.
Yes, and it depends on a lot of factors. Say for example, agriculture and healthcare. Bricklaying, agriculture kind of industries which are regulated to, see, you can't have the onion price go beyond a point.
Fine.
But the price of a stand you put, it can be having 300 times more.
Profitable, agriculture or healthcare?
Healthcare.
Fine.
It depends on several factors. Yes.
It's got free. It has free.
Intangibility of several factors to assess it. So many factors. Yeah.
Of course. Yeah. I'm making a complex question too simple because I want you to push to think like that. Ayush, are some industries more profitable than the others according to you?
I think that there are some industries which are more profitable.
Say yes. Example.
For example, I'll say that whichever industry's product has been commoditized, the profitability decreases. Yeah.
Good one. So commodities, which means there's no differentiation. So for example, luxury goods like super fashion goods, Louis Vuitton, Prada, and all, super profitable, right? I mean, we know that, right? So differentiation, branding can create profit. Okay. This is data. I'll move on. Okay. Firstly, very good engagement, very good interaction, and we will become more and more sharp in our answering, right? So that we get better. This is data of US industries. Okay. The metric used is called return on capital employed, so that we see how much return an industry is generating on the amount of money invested in the industry. First point. The data is plotted over 17 years, so that all outliers are taken out. COVID was taken out from this data, and this was data of US because there's very good data available, and it's a relatively stable, like mature economy. Okay. Just to make you all understand this metric, return on capital employed, and we will do a session on metrics, but when you put your money in the bank, in a fixed deposit, how much interest do you earn? Approximately? 7% in India. So it means if you do nothing but put money in a bank in India, secured money, you will earn 7%, right? Now, this metric is telling us that these businesses, the amount of money that they have deployed, what is the percentage return they're earning annually on that business? That is called return on capital employed. I'll repeat. We employ capital in the business. That's in the form of assets, this, that. I'll explain all this in another session. And every year we make earnings before interest and taxes. That is the return we generate. That is what we call as return on capital employed. So this data is showing that certain industries are generating industry, not company level variability. Certain industries are generating very high ROC than certain other industries. This analysis is done in the US periodically every 2-3 years. There's a team which does this, and we keep looking at this data. Year by year, while actual profitability changes, but a trend comes out that certain industries are on an average more profitable than certain other industries. There must be some reason to it, right? So as a good business person, we need to understand what is happening in some industries that is different from some other industries to understand. Okay, that's one. The second thing is, let's pick up one industry shown in the red, pharma. Its average profitability is above 15% on capital employed. And let's look at airlines. Average profitability is, say, 6-7% on capital employed. This is not profit margin on sales. This is earnings over capital employed. So something is coming from your P&L account and something is coming from your balance sheet. We will explain all that later. But just take it. It's like you put money in a bank, you earn 7. So certain industries are not even earning that much. Maybe those capital people will say, let's take the money out of this industry and put it in a bank. This is US, so fixed deposit rates there may be much lower. So now when you take an industry, let's say pharma, you realize that companies within pharma have a varied profitability performance, right? That's why average is a certain number, which is 15%. But there are certain companies in pharma which make 20, 25, 30, even 40% margin. There are certain which make losses. Likewise, in airlines, there are certain airlines which are making 8, 10, 11, 12, 15, 16% margin. There are certain which are near to 0, 1, 2, 3. Average may be 5, 6, but obviously average is made up of high, low, and medium. So this data tells us that business performance. Remember when we come to a strategy classroom or a business program, our objective is to achieve superior outcomes. That's why you are here. Otherwise, Siddharth is very happy running his 20 crore business. Roach, everything. He does nothing. Whatever is happening keeps happening. Whatever the profit margins he's earning, 5%, 6%, 7%, he'll keep earning. we often say in blue collar language, what do they come for? They come for 2 punch and 1 lunch. Right. That's what they come for. But business owners, senior to mid-level people, functional owners, as you grow, you say, no, we need to achieve superior performance in growth, in profitability, in expansion, this, that. So the pursuit of strategy is to achieve a winning outcome. If it's in war, it's to win the war or to achieve peace without losing your resources. So strategy is about winning. Winning as in not somebody else lose, but achieving your outcome. In business, we say strategy is about achieving a superior outcome. So if there are 2 firms, and one firm is thinking strategically, it should achieve a superior outcome. Otherwise, a simple other firm is just going with the flow. Right. So whether we are able to think strategically or not, the results should show. And it should be a superior outcome. So if everybody in the industry earns 2% margin, but I earn 3% margin, I'm doing something interesting. I may be using technology. I may be differentiating. I may be reducing costs better. I may be better controlling my resources. That's why I am at 3%. I have maybe different products. I have chosen different customers. So coming back. So superior business outcomes, looking at last 2 graphs that I showed you, is therefore a function of something that happens in my industry, which is applicable to all. And what I decide to do within that industry, what I do within my company, right? So if I combine these 2 graphs, if I am in a industry that has high average profit, because of the forces of that industry, maybe it's the growth rate, maybe it's competition, maybe it's policies, maybe it's bargaining power with the customers, right? It's what we call industry structure. If I'm in an industry where the structure is benign, if I'm an established player in that, by nature of being in a good industry, my chances of making profits are higher. Chances, not necessary, because this graph is showing not everybody in pharma makes 25-30%, right? So the rest is determined by what we do. So a good strategist, a good business thinker needs to understand both. What is happening in industry, and that is why we say external analysis, and what we should do, that is our internal analysis or internal thinking, right? A combination of this creates good strategy. So that's one message. The other way to demystify strategic thinking for you is we find this a good method to explain what do we mean when we say you should develop this competency of strategic thinking. Strategic thinking is about thinking through what choices do I make so that I achieve my winning aspirations. It's firstly understanding all the choices, and then carefully making some key choices which will guide other choices. That is strategic thinking, and we break it down by saying if we can answer where we are playing, who's our target customer, target market, blah blah blah, where we are playing, and if we can answer how we are winning or how we will win, if we can answer these 2 questions, we would find our strategy. If we can't, then we are in the process of developing it. We may not know we are doing it, but that's what it is. Then in order to win, we must have certain capabilities. So strategic thinking is thinking about capabilities and resources. And then if you have capabilities, we must continuously build them, and therefore we need enabling management systems. Right. Now a lot of us may not be making these choices, that may be decided by our company or our vision, mission, whatever. It's maybe beyond our boundary. But how to win, how to develop capabilities within my function, within my unit, within me, what enabling systems to put in place so that I achieve the capabilities that I want, so that I win, so that we meet our winning aspiration. This way of thinking is a strategic thinking way. If you notice, we did not use words like mission, vision. We did not use any of these words. Whatever be the winning aspiration. If we can answer clearly where are we playing and how we will win, then we are thinking strategically. Okay, it's a way of thinking. I'm not saying it's the only way of thinking in business. So I define it as follows for you. It's about winning, number one. Second, it's the smallest set of high-level pieces that optimally guide other choices. So for example, if Sinu says, I am in power trading, my power trading will focus on heavy engineering customers who need power 24/7, who are located in such and such space. So he's figuring out where to play. And the way I'm winning is I am networking with this, I have this technology, I have this, blah, blah, blah. If he can answer these two questions, he's got his strategy correct. Doesn't mean that he's not making money without it, but he may make more superior money if he thinks through that. So this idea when Irshad said it's about thinking through choices, I felt that was a very key thing to understand in strategy. And I'll explain it more through an example today. The other important thing in strategic thinking is this needs to be integrated. By integrated, I mean not systems integrated, but it should link up. So we can also say thinking strategically is about an integrated set of choices that position an organization within its environment to achieve its winning aspirations over the long term. It's written like a textbook thing. But the key word here is three key words. It's a small set of choices that guides other choices. That's one. The second is things. How am I winning? My capabilities, my systems, it should integrate. So it should come together. This should come together to meet my aspirations. So this ability of everything fitting together is what we call as good strategy. Okay. Therefore, thinking strategically, we've been maintaining an SMD. It's not a function, it's a competency. So you could be a general manager or a purchase manager or an HR manager or a consultant. It's a competency and you can develop it because you want to achieve superior outcomes. Some of you may have gone through this case with me before, but some of you won't have. So I'll quickly explain this in practice very, very fast. I have enough time to cover this. And you will see it coming together. So you've all heard of Zara, right? I mean, a famous fashion brand, especially in urban cities. Now we picked up Zara because in the global apparel retail business, which is about a $1.8 trillion industry globally, US, China, and India are the top three markets. Zara is the largest apparel retailer in the world. So we thought we'll study it to understand what we can learn from it. So those who have not gone through the Zara example with me, and my question is to them, what's the key problem in the fashion apparel industry? Yeah. Sorry, what?
Too many choices.
Dead stock.
So too many choices is okay. Too many choices. Dead stock. Somebody said
It's the dead stock.
Yes, yeah. So
Trends changing very fast.
Trends are changing very fast. Okay. Trends change fast. So trends change fast. So what does it lead to?
It leads to dead stock eventually.
It leads to slow moving or dead stock, right? So I make something, but it's not in trend, and boom, I'm sitting with Do you know of any business that makes stuff? A lot of stuff. And it doesn't sell. This is one key example, apparel retail. Been to shops, big shops, apparel retail. What do you generally see?
So either there are new arrivals and then there are which are on discount.
Discounts.
The discount ones are which are out of fashion or which are
sale, discount, off season, on season, whatever it is, right? What's the percentage of discount?
It can vary, right? Buy 4 get 2, buy 4 get 1, 50% flat, up to 50%.
So 5, 10, 15, up to 50%, right?
Yes.
Name me another industry that gives up to 50% discount on its goods.
Retail, online.
Which retail?
Online food deliveries, restaurants.
50% discount on a price.
Yes.
On a special days.
No, it's up to 50%.
I'm launching a brand in Bangalore, right? We kind of gave up to 50% for about first 20 days or so. It does happen, but not as frequently and not as
This industry is perpetual, right?
Yes.
Perpetual. And are these brands or these companies, are they like fly-by-night operators? That these are established groups.
Correct.
Trend, whichever groups we take, Aditya Birla Fashion, Alan Solly, Louis Philippe, Marks and Spencer, blah blah blah, right? These are rich companies, right? They have IT, they have professionals, they have IT systems, AI, for example. Blah blah. Yes, Irshad, you wanted to add?
The percentage discount they are talking about 50, it goes up to 70. If you walk into any lifestyle, you'll see up to 70%, which is not there in any other industry. One of the main challenges this industry faces is the quick turnaround. The season changes, especially not in South India where the season changes much. But if you see you have winter collection, summer collection, spring, autumn. Every 3 months you need to come out with this. So the turnaround is from the drawing board to the output. It's only 3 months. Within 3 months you have to figure out the fashion, and then you have to churn it out, bring it to the market, sell it within the next 3 months. Otherwise, the next
time period is very short, and if you make it and you don't get it right, or timing is delayed, the season changes, then your winter stuff will have no takers, and you'll just be sitting with it. It'll be there, looking nice, smelling nice, fashionable, good sizes. Everything is there. Season has changed. Nobody wants it.
Especially the winter clothing. It's all thick clothing they bring out, and then if it doesn't sell by January, you're gone. You're left with that stock.
Correct.
Sometimes carrying the inventory cost of inventory will be carrying the inventory cost is higher than the profit.
That's why they are relinquishing, because otherwise, is there a company that wants to make product, price it at 100, eventually sell it at 30, 40, 50? No company has those margins. We say, 50% is the maximum margin, let's say, somebody has, right? In these type of products, all in. But if they're selling it very close to that, they are okay. I may not take all your inputs, but I'll keep proceeding, and at the right time, I'll capture your points. The key problem in this business, in this industry, not in a company, is the ability to predict fashion, the ability to forecast demand. And this is represented in the form of, the problem is visible to us in the form of slow-moving inventory, markdowns, discount. And even after all this, there's stuff that remains unsold, which is eventually, I guess, just moved out into seconds and so on and so forth. So this is a key problem in this industry. Now, let's see what Zara is doing, because we'll show you slowly what Zara's profitability is and all of that. So let's see what Zara is doing in strategic lens. So where is it playing and how is it fitting? Okay, it's the largest fashion retailer in the world. So let's see what they are doing. Now, to understand where to play, we should think about these three questions. Who are our customers? what are their needs that we are trying to provide, and at what relative price, right? If we can answer these three questions, we are good at understanding where we are playing or how we are positioning ourselves. And how we win comes from internal. How we win in any business doesn't come from the outside, it comes from internal. So to do that, we have to think about our value chain, which could be different. The value chain is all the activities that I do to create my product or service. So in this particular case, in the fashion apparel case, it's about designing, sourcing and manufacturing, distribution and retailing. So this is the value chain of apparel retail. Another business, let's say a flat construction business, will have a different value chain. But so you have to think internal to figure out how to win. You think external to figure out where to play. So these are some good ways to start building these things in your mind. So let's ask for Zara. Who are if some of you've been to Zara, I don't know if you've shopped at Zara or something like that, but who do you think is Zara's target customer?
Youth.
Young.
People in the age group of 24 to 40.
So
even well-off people.
Higher income and that too.
So young, but they need to have some income. This is not value purchase. Yeah, higher income. Okay. So middle class, upper middle class, rich. Okay. What else? What? Okay. Any other definition?
Targeting the working class.
So they should be working because working class people have income. So working class. That's a good way to personify. Yeah, fine.
People who like fast fashion, maybe because Zara is not sustainable. So maybe people who like fast fashion and follow trends.
Yeah, so the needs that Zara is catering to is your fashion needs, right? You like something fashion.
Who has a fashion liking? Yes.
Yeah. I mean, Zara is not selling a pashmina shawl, for example, which you will keep for your life. You will give it to your children, and they will keep for their life. It will still remain, right? 20 years. Zara is not into that, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not a thing. Yeah, that to understand. But Zara will make a nice scarf. Which is very trendy and things like that. Okay. And what do you think is Zara's relative pricing? Is it economical? Is it par? Is it premium? What do you think?
It's a mid-level segment, you could say, for any working professional or person with budget.
Right. So I divided in two parts. In India, it is seen as mid to premium.
Yeah.
It's not super premium. It's affordable, but it's not cheap. But globally, it's seen as a value pricing. So when you go to the Zara is very big globally, and so globally Zara's perception is it's a value price. You get fashion at a value. That's Zara's positioning globally. So that's where to play. This is what Zara's focus is. Okay. Now let's see the how to win component, which is coming here. So we drew this chart. Some of you may have seen it, but what we did is we put down what industry is doing, where industry is, and where Zara is. Right. So in terms of philosophy, industry likes to think about a trend, predict a trend, create a trend, make a fashion line. It works today for the next season and all. Zara as a philosophy says, I can't solve that problem. I am not going to attempt to solve that. I will just see, observe what is selling. I will just make that. I will just see and observe what is hot. I will make that. I will see and observe what people want. I will read the magazines. I'll go to fashion shows. I'll see what's in trend. I will make that. So people say, "Oh, so you copy?" They say, "Well, we get inspired and we just make that." Right. So it's yes, they copy. Maybe they change a bit of a color or something like that, but they don't have resources to think about creating a trend. They have resources to follow the trend. but they do that at rocket speed. So they are there everywhere where there is a trend or where there is a fashion thing happening. Their designers are doing that, whereas maybe some other industry designers are doing something else. Second, as per our information, the apparel retail industry has a metric called sketch to store. Okay, which means designers sketch something. By when is it available at store? And time in the industry is about 6 months. Okay. The reason is also, as you know, they outsource manufacturing. They make things in bulk. It comes and on. So the time when we were developing this case study, and it's used in many business schools also, it was 30 to 40 weeks, but I think it's come down to about 6 months now. Which means today they are thinking about already so today, I mean, in January, I'm thinking about, let's say, the summer season, or maybe in October, I was thinking about the summer season, right? Again, it is to store, so it's available for sale. Zara has been able to bring this from 2 to 4 weeks. So when they see something, and they start to sketch it, in 2 weeks, they can put it in the store to sell it. This is how they have configured their activities, so that for simple stuff they can achieve it in 2 weeks, which is like amazing. For something more complex, they'll take 4 weeks. Right. And this is something it's not the external industry has done to them. They have configured their value chain accordingly. It is their formula to win. What is shown in blue is Zara's formula to win. I will observe whatever is selling. I will get it to store in between 2 to 4 weeks. Okay. Third, where does the entire apparel industry make their stuff? Generally, which country?
Bangladesh, India, China, Sri Lanka.
Even India. Indonesia, etc. Low cost, low labor cost countries, where there's large labor pool, low cost, etc. Zara, if you study their manufacturing footprint, Zara makes. There was a time till the 70s, Zara was making everything in Zara. Zara originated from Spain, so everything in Spain. Then they started to have factories in Europe in the 80s and 90s, a bit close, but all belonging to Zara. Then they also had vendors, but in close locations. So Zara never went too far away. Why?
Save time. They have factories in Morocco. Just very near.
Yeah, Morocco. You're right, sir. You're totally right. So it's not that they don't know India is cheap, they don't know China is cheap, they don't know Indonesia is cheap, or Sri Lanka is cheap, or Bangladesh is cheap. They know everything. If we in the classroom can discuss it, obviously there people detail in the industry know everything. Yet they are making a choice. They understand the choices. They are making a careful choice. No, we'll be close by, we'll be few. Okay. The reason is they are making this choice because they want to achieve this metric. Right. Okay, manufacturing model. We have luckily some people in the room in manufacturing. I remember, then I forgot the name. But was it you, Govind? I forgot. I don't remember. So people in manufacturing, what do you like? Large lots or small lots in manufacturing? As a manufacturing person, what do you like? Large lots. Why?
It will reduce the change over time.
Reduce change over time. Perfect. And what economy of? Scale. The more you will make of the same, you will have a learning advantage. Everything will work smoothly. You will improve quality. Everything will work. Your costs will come down. Per unit cost will be low. So on and so forth. Am I correct? Tarun?
Yes.
Yeah. If you meet the best manufacturing person, you say, I would love a business where I don't have to go to the plant. I make the same thing 24/7, 365 days. My machines keep working. I don't change design. Nothing happens. That's the best business for him. As a manufacturing person. If he's making some money, he'll say perfect. But don't change anything. No material change, nothing. Large lots, multiple shifts. All manufacturing industry works kind of 3 shifts, right? They want to increase throughput of their assets, which means they want to use their assets fully on all of that, right? Zara's model is, if they want to make a new, let's say, whatever garment I'm wearing, if this isn't, things like that. The first lot Zara will make is, they'll say, just make like 100 pieces. They'll say, what are you saying? Say 100 pieces, I'll cut a whole pattern for it, cut fabric for it. There's that 100 pieces is not economic order quantity. Zara will say, no. Please make 100 pieces. I will sell 5 to my 20 stores. If they will sell, I'll make 500. How do you know it's going to sell? Just because you assume this is in trend, I'm not working on assumptions. That is Zara's philosophy. I'm observing. I will make small lot. It will be at high cost. I know it. Please put it to the store. If it sells, I'll make more. We will know, right? If it's in trend, if there is a demand for it, it will sell. Zara says, I'm not in an industry where I will make things at low cost and then it won't sell.
Scarcity. They want to.
They find this absurd. They're a businessman, right? He's a Spanish businessman, Ortega. He says, I don't understand a business model where I make stuff at low cost. Per unit cost is low. I know it. It's low in China and India. They're cheap countries for labor cost. So it will be low. I don't want to make 100 and then not sell 30 of it. So my model will be this. This is how they operate. Packaging, logistics, and distribution follows manufacturing. Everybody else, because they're outsourcing, everything is packed in the dens. It's brought overseas, so on and so forth. Zara says, mine will go by air. Mine will go by trucks. I don't use sea freight. My factories are 200 miles. It's in Morocco. My stuff in Europe I'll just fly it out. They don't believe in packaging stuff like dense packaging. They will send stuff in hangers. So that it just goes and displays, and Aritra goes there. He likes the nice shirt with a bit of style. He's a fashion conscious person. He buys it. It was sketched 2 weeks back. In 2 weeks, it reaches the store. Aritra has already bought it on the day he was in the store. Zara has, before it even pays for its vendors, Zara has achieved cash from Aritra Das. That is Zara's so-called strategy and business model. And as a result, the industry turns its inventory about 3 to 4 times. It's a standard benchmark. Zara turns its inventory 12 times. Which means technically, if you go to Zara, what you see is 1 month's of stock. So while of course things are fluid, which means things coming in, going out, but technically, if it was a scientific model, then the next month I go, this stock would have been sold, there'll be new stock. This is what inventory turn means, right? Something that I'm seeing has a life of about a month in Zara. Approximately. Right? To do this, the way strategists think is actually contrary to the notion that strategic thinking is very numerical. Actually, strategic thinking is creative. There are studies that show that people who are good at liberal thinking come up with interesting strategies. I'm not saying this out of I'm an accountant myself. I would have loved to say accountants make the best strategists, but studies say it differently, right? My job to bring you the insights that we have. So there is this way of thinking about strategic thinking, which is called thinking about activities and integrating your activities to achieve your map. So this is called an activity map way of thinking. You say, okay, I want to achieve very frequent product changes, for which I want to know what to make. So I need extensive store data. I need tight coordination with my factories. I need just-in-time delivery. I need majority of my production in Europe. which also means then I need a very flexible production system. So this need to tie in because these are my core capabilities. Right? To do this, I need advanced production machinery, etc., and I will achieve wide range of styles, which means then I will need less media and advertising. I will use word of mouth. I will be in prime areas. So everything that Zara is thinking about in business, it's trying to integrate that so that it reinforces each other. Right? This in strategy we say a way of thinking about your value chain so that activities start to fit together and reinforce each other. Right? And when you achieve this, even though everybody else knows it, nobody is able to defeat you in this web. In English and Hindi, if I can use the word chakravyuh, right? It's a combination of many things. In business, to win, we need a combination of many things. Right? And our strategy should be able to combine these things, right? And these are all internal. These we do. And then we set enabling management systems to be able to achieve these capabilities. I need to achieve the 2 weeks time, right? For all my standard designs, which are coming from my fashion enthusiasts, my designers, my store data, and all. So they've got a fully laid out system about capturing things from the section manager, the store manager, the design center, emerging fashion trends, which all flow into a commercial team. And actually in Zara, in their headquarters, they say it's like a very large floor, and they're all there, like in different areas, but the floor resembles like a flow. Right? So that anybody can reach out to anybody. There's no time wasted because achieving something in 2 weeks on a consistent basis is not easy, right? You have to have a whole system in place. Your design process, how it quickly goes, you do your costing, you figure it out, and then you lay it out in production. And it's all linked. These days, people say that when the design is approved, the cost is approved, the pattern is cut automatically because the design is CAD-based. The pattern floats to their cutting center, which is automatic. They say things like that, right? Let me show you this a little bit. It's I think just a 2-minute video, and it'll be there in the link. If you can just get a feel. So let me stop share. And
Inditex's Logistics Center.
I just share a 2 minutes video with you. 1 second. Just to give you a visual feel.
Inditex's logistics centers are the central nervous system that keeps its stores at the forefront of ever-changing fashion trends. Millions of garments pass through them daily. A highly automated, complex system combining speed and efficiency allows the company to dispatch merchandise quickly to any of its stores worldwide. The hub's design, technology, and organization are geared toward providing stores with the best and fastest service possible.
Los proveedores nos envían la mercancía al centro de distribución que tenemos en España. Desde aquí se distribuye toda la ropa a cada una de las tiendas que tenemos a nivel mundial. La distribución se hace 2 veces por semana y de esta manera lo que conseguimos es que en la tienda haya una oferta que se renueve constantemente.
All stores receive new products with the same frequency regardless of where they're located.
こちら元町店ではヨーロッパと同じタイミングで店頭に商品が並びます。これは我々にとって非常に大切なことです。なぜならばお客様がお店にお越しいただいた時にそのタイミングでお客様の欲しいものを提供することができるからです。
The stores, which know their customers best, pass their orders to the distribution center as needed, tailoring their product range to their customer profile. New merchandise is delivered quickly to stores by truck or aircraft in the case of more far-flung destinations. Inditex's logistics hubs quickly spring into action to respond to changing market trends, thanks to close coordination between the sales, design, and manufacturing teams.
We do orders every week, twice a week,
listen to customers. The product that we need when the shop, we communicate with the product management all the time to get what our customer wants.
I mean, you may have seen similar stuff, but I just wanted to bring it together for you that what we are saying is it was not achieved overnight, it was achieved over time. But now that all of these boxes have come together for them, their complete focus on where they are playing, their great clarity on how they are winning, they put in capabilities in place for that, and systems so that they can continuously monitor and improve these capabilities. They have what we call a winning strategy. Right. And let me just complete and I'll take questions. Also, essential to understanding choices is also understanding trade-offs. Because when I understand choices, then I realize that I can do this or I can do this. Right. And we need to understand the trade-off, which means if I choose to do this, then I give up doing something else, right? So that's the idea of trade-off. This is central to strategic thinking. So in this case, this is a representative example that manufacturing costs at Zara are much higher than their let's say another. So it's just done for a shirt, let's say, or for any product. Zara's cost, as if the competitor is making it at 45, Zara's cost is 51. It's much higher. It's almost 17-18% much higher. So if somebody is doing comparative manufacturing benchmarking, it will say Zara's manufacturing cost is high. Zara says, yes, I know it. I made a choice. But it's relative markdown on an overall business level. If somebody else's is about 10 to 11%, Zara's is just 2.5%. And if advertising, if somebody's spending about 3% of their turnover, Zara doesn't spend anything. So on an overall basis, margins in Zara are much higher. And let's see their real data, Zara's real data. And this is Zara's global financials. Their sales in euro billions is shown here, which was 26 billion, 28. COVID year was bad. Dropped back to square one, close to 28. So last year ending was 36 billion euros. So let's look at EBIT margin. That's probably better because store is a you do the fit outs and all. So EBIT stands for earnings before interest and taxes, 6.8 billion, which is 19% on sales. For people who know business metrics, how do you find this profit percentage?
This is fantastic. 90% EBIT, 28% EBITDA.
Global business.
It's a very good percentage.
It's a very good percentage, right? I think TCS EBIT percentage to sales, TCS is a 190 billion, would be around this much, if I'm not wrong. I don't have the exact data in front of me, but IT industries EBIT margins are around 16, 17, 18, 19.
But to achieving this with retail stores is it's harder, Raju, right? Rentals, other things.
This is real data of Zara, and this is not data of 1 year. This is data over a period. So you can see an understanding of a business model when you see things over time, right? In a large. Let's look at another fascinating data. This is Zara's reported inventory. Zara owns the inventory in its retail stores, right? Consistently, if you look at the inventory days, so if you take the inventory and divide it by daily sales, you'll get inventory days. So Zara's inventory has been 38 days, 30 days, 42, 40, 36, back to 30. A global business of 36 billion being able to run with an inventory investment of just 3 billion. And this is not working capital investment. This is just the inventory value. We all know payables may be much higher. So let's look at the other metric, which is okay. So how much money does it make on a capital that has been employed? Zara's business is divided into multiple brands, Zara and many others. look at the return. This is what we said on sales, but look at the return on capital employed that Zara is able to generate. I mean, if anybody sees this number, I am not making up this number. This is from their disclosed result. Zara is a listed company. How do you find this return on capital employed?
For a typical industry like
Sorry, Aditya, थोड़ा slow है आपकी voice. Yeah.
typical industry like fashion apparel, this is very high.
This is fantastic, right? And
Yeah, it's phenomenal.
today we don't have the time, and I just wanted to whet your appetite. We will create one more foundation session because I want to talk about metrics, and then I will show you these similar metrics of companies like, say, Aditya Birla Fashion Retail, Trend, V-Mart, and things. So you compare it. Of course, they are different positioning, but you'll be amazed to see. So we find Zara's story a worth sharing story in every SMB to every SMB class. In all famous business schools, it is a shared story for sure. And I think again time is less, but Zara's India business. Anybody knows how big is it? So 36 billion is global business. Anybody? Zara's India business. It's a joint venture with Tata Trend. With Trend. But anybody guess how many stores do they have in the country? What's their business? What's the sales of a store in a year? Any guess?
I think so, roughly 3,000 crores or something.
Yeah, you're right, Sharad. Brilliant. How do you know that?
Recently, a lot of Mint had published articles on Trend case. So
you're right. You are totally right. I'm quoting off the same articles. Very well. Very good. Thanks, Sharad. So it's close to about 3,000 crores. Sharad is not wrong. It's making 244 crores earnings. So we did a bit of analysis of their numbers. So it's about 2,800 crores is the turnover. About 23 operating stores. So its revenue per store is about 120 crores a year. So a daily sale of Zara is 33 lakhs in a store. It's interesting. I like to translate any business in daily sale because it helps me understand a bit better. Zara's margin in India, EBIT margin are 13% approximately. Global margin is 17 to 19, so it's got some catching up. Interestingly, inventory days in India is also 30 to 32. So that's pretty interesting. Not so sure of my return on capital calculations, so we can take it with a pinch of salt, but anyway. If I just sort of revise, I don't want to take late evening time today. Strategy is about winning, number one. And I'll put this in a slide as the last slide. Strategy is about a few choices that guide other choices. Step two. Right. So it's about making choices about what we should do, what we should not do. So it's about thinking about where to play and how to win. That is a must in strategy. Answering of how we are going to win is a must in strategy. A must in strategic thinking. Right. Sharpening focus on where to play is considered good strategic thinking. In marketing and in those rooms we call it understanding customer segment, positioning, and all of that. All of this comes together, and it is about achieving superior outcomes. So, if you bring it together, it's thinking about choices, few choices which guide other choices. It's about sharply defining where am I going to play, how am I going to win, so that I achieve superior outcomes. This is strategic thinking. Now you can think of it at a business level, then you are doing business strategy. Think of it as your function. How are you going to win in your function? That you can think of it in your own journey, and that is applying it in your own. So we'll build this. Welcome to the program. That's it from my side. Have a good weekend. Now, in the coming week, which is 8th and 9th, I think we may be starting with your design thinking module. And I do need to do one more orientation session with you on metrics, these financial metrics, so that you're comfortable when you hear them. When I say return on capital employed, you should know where is this coming from and broadly what it is. We're not making you an accountant. We'll never make you an accountant. We want to make you comfortable so that when you see these numbers, it's comforting for you, right? Okay. Is that making sense? Yeah. And we can find return on capital employed of any industry. We can find it in a jiffy. Like if it's a listed company, I'll take you to sites and we can see it across industries. I'd like you to take you through multiple industries. What is it in commodities? What is it in cement? What is it in paints? What is it in textiles? What is it in IT? What's it in pharma? What's it in hospitality? What's it in travel? So that you get comfortable with this idea, right? Okay. Thank you, sirs. You have a feedback link coming to you. Please do give us feedback. If I've missed out on it, getting somebody introduced, we'll capture it. We'll share with this deck that we presented. Will be shared with you, and we'll get you in the room. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Bye.
ये वाला खत्म हो गया अम्मू तुम्हारा। अम्मू 5 घंटे था। 5 घंटे
अरे रिकॉर्डिंग का अलग है।
खत्म हो गया।